Welcome everyone. Happy October month. I'm very excited because I am going to review some extreme horror books this month. And the first one I'm doing is called No One Writes for Free. I did read this. I got this off of TikTok, Book Talk a while back. Go there and you can find a lot of good books to read, especially extreme horror. If you like the splatterpunk, extreme gore, and all that, very detailed, these are the books. I'm reading them so you don't have to. There are spoilers. Spoilers. I will put some spoilers out there. Um, these type of books do have trigger warnings on it, and I'm not gonna lie, it triggered me a little bit, but I'm a horror fan. I've always loved the genre, and we're gonna go over this book a little bit, not too into detail because I don't want to give a lot of things away, but and there's some things I cannot talk about on this channel, so you'll have to read it for yourself if you want to see what those are, but we will go over it. So yeah, we'll get right into it. Okay, so this is what the book cover looks like. It's by Judith Sonnet, and she writes an extreme amount of horror books, extreme horror books. This is not the only one. This is actually a short book, and this takes place, I believe, after the summer. It's a middle-aged woman. She has two college kids that she's driving back to college, and she's a widow. Her husband, I believe, died years ago, or he left. I can't remember exactly because that's not the whole point. The whole point is she's a middle-aged woman. She has an appetite for you know what. She stops at a gas station so she can put gas in the car, I believe. And her two teenage children are in the vehicle. I wouldn't say they're children. They're in college. They're about, maybe, I would estimate maybe they're like 19 or 20, something like that. So she's thinking now that she's going to have the house to herself, what she wants to do. And she is the type of person that goes around, looks for other men, and she has that type of appetite, is what I would say. And she does have, you know what, with more than one partner. So we'll just leave it at that. So she's thinking about what she wants to do, and as soon as she gets home from dropping off her college children at college, that's the first thing she wants to do. So she goes into the store to pay and all that. And there's a young guy that works at the cash register, and she's flirting and all that, and he's digging into her or liking her. So she makes plans to come back and pick him up, I believe. So once everything's settled, she goes to the vehicle, and all of a sudden there's this stranger that's in the car. Real dirty. He looks like a hitchhiker. Very dirty. Carries around a bag. He has certain things in there. I'm not going to say what it is. Use your imagination. So he forces her to drive, to keep driving, to drive. And they're talking all this stuff and everything. And that's not the whole point of the book, this short book. They pull over to the side. They're fighting him off, but I believe he has a gun or a knife. I can't remember too clearly, but he assaults them, or he threatens them. So he talks about her two college kids, forces them to admit if they've done anything, things like that. Um, I'm not going to get into detail. You'll have to read the book. It is a trigger. There are triggers in here, and what he makes them do is very appalling, and the mother has to watch all this. And in his bag he has certain things in there that he makes them use. Everything's all dirty. He's dirty himself, and the mother offers herself up to him to leave her children alone. And so he kind of forces her to, you know what, on him. And I'm not going to get into it. You can imagine. And he's very dirty. He smells really bad and all that. So there is death in this book. I'm not going to say who dies, but that's pretty much what this book is about, what goes on. No one writes for free. And toward the end, she's bloody, she's dirty, her clothes are torn, she looks horrible, and she goes back to the store, and that guy she was flirting with does not recognize her at all. And that's pretty much how the book ends. So I'm not going to say who dies or what, but there are trigger warnings. That's if you want to read the book yourself, but this is the first of many I will be reviewing. Pretty grotesque, very, very descriptive. And this author does write descriptive books like this. So, yeah, happy October, happy Halloween. I will get into another book that I will review, that extreme horror. Maybe some won't be that extreme, but I'm not too sure what the next book would be. But I will post this, and I would review these books for you. So like that, if you're interested, you'll know where to go. And I believe this is on Kindle Unlimited. I believe. If you have Kindle Unlimited subscription, that is great. There's a lot of books on there that are free. You can read or you can borrow. But I believe this is one of them. I will not buy books. There's certain books I will buy. I believe there's another extreme horror book I'm going to read called Playground. I've heard a lot about it. So I don't know when I'm going to read that one. And there's another book called Cows that is extreme horror. That's grotesque. I believe that is under Kindle Unlimited. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. But I do have that, and I will start reading that one. But I will put up the reviews on here on my channel. So everyone, happy Halloween. I know it's early, but happy Halloween. Happy month of October. Until the next review, I'll see y'all later. Bye.